Welcome to Versus Week. Say it with me now. That is the major difference between the pronunciation of two very similar words. Affect and effect. These two words are very commonly confused, but there's a simple way that will generally help you remember which one is which. Affect with an A is usually a verb, as in, I'm worried that brushing my teeth with WD-40 will affect my breath. By contrast, effect is usually a noun. For example, the mixture of excessive amounts of pampering and melted wax had an interesting effect. When you affect something, you generally leave an effect. Verb, noun. Very simple, really. Easy to remember. Now the problem, as with all English rules, is when you start bringing in exceptions. The word affect does have a few other meanings, but unless you're heavily interested in the field of psychology, you probably won't hear at least one of them. For example, ESL teachers such as myself are concerned with things called affective filters, which have to do with the emotional reaction of the students. The word affect, like affection, is a word that means emotion. But like I said, affect is generally a verb, meaning to have an influence on something, to make an impact on society, to affect a change in the way people create burritos. I'm sorry, you've just failed. We've now reached exception number 2. The word effect also has a second meaning. If you're trying to create something, that's effect with an E. To effect a change, like, I drank me tons of NyQuil and I'm just waiting for it to take effect. That's the one with the E. So just a quick recap. Affect with an A means to have an influence on something. Effect with an E is a noun, something that has been created. Or dare we say, effected? I know, it's all very confusing. I've left a handy link in the doobly-doo that will explain a bit further. Well, maybe not further, but it's a handy reference guide. For now, the easiest way to remember, if it has an A, it's probably a verb. If it has an E, it's probably a noun. If it's got an A, it walks this way. Get it? Walks is a verb. Like walking, verb. You get it, right? If it has an E, it stays right here. I'm bad at this. I'm firing myself from the English language now. I'm sorry, you've just failed.